Conference, honored guests and friends. It is a singular honor, joy and privilege to bring greetings and best wishes on behalf of the Methodist people across the length and breadth of Southern Africa, African soil, the primordial home of us all. In 1986, Kenya was privileged to host. And now South Africa's time has come. Africa is a vast continent which has a landmass greater than the United States and Europe combined. South Africa is a place of myths and legends and folklore where nothing, not even the horrors of apartheid, could break the indomitable spirit of a resilient, strong, resourceful, and passionate people who, like Paul and Silas, know how to sing at midnight. We sing when we are happy and celebrate. We sing when we are sad and face conflicts and challenges. We sing at birth and we sing in death. We are deeply, deeply spiritual people. Here in South Africa, the greatest human experiment of the 21st century is taking place, where people of different languages, cultures, traditions, shades and hues are showing the world that people once considered enemies can live together in a dynamic and vibrant democracy based on the principles of unity, equality, non-sexism, and freedom. One of the martyrs of the apartheid struggle, Steve Bantu Biko, once said, the great powers of the world may have done wonders in giving the world an industrial and military look, but the greatest gift still has to come from Africa, to give the world a more human face. Welcome to the Rainbow Nation, so aptly described by Desmond Tutu and Nelson Mandela. Here you will experience a melting pot of cultures. Here your senses will be treated to a cacophony of cliques and tribal rhythms. Here your taste buds will be treated to exotic traditional foods of diverse cultures. Here you will see extreme wealth and grinding poverty existing side by side. Here, if you look and listen carefully to the beautiful sights and sounds, art and culture, Africa will come alive, and you will experience something new. It is my pleasure to welcome you home to the cradle of humanity. Quote, this is Africa's age, the dawn of her fulfillment. Yes, the moment when she must grapple with destiny to reach the summits of sublimity, saying, ours was a fight for noble values and worthy ends, and not for lands and the enslavement of people. Friends, at this juncture, allow me to explain the significance of the 2011 World Methodist Conference logo, which is a baobab tree. The baobab tree is revered in African tradition for many different reasons. In ancient times, kings and elders and leaders used to meet under huge baobab trees to discuss matters which affected the life of the community. Here we meet as people within the Methodist and Wesleyan tradition at a time which I believe is pregnant with hope and possibility under the theme Jesus Christ for the healing of nations. And allow me to conclude on a light-hearted note by citing an early Methodist ditty, and it goes as follows. As good a church that can be found, their doctrine is so pure and sound. One reason which I give for this, the devil hates the Methodist. If Satan could them all destroy, the troops of hell would shout for joy. I pray that God would them increase and fill the world with Methodists.
I was not born Christian, thank God. I don't know what about you Methodists. Were you born Christians? Or you were like me? I was born a baby. It sounds simple and naive, but not so much. When I look at the Jewish soldier who destroyed my father's house, I remember that he was born a baby. Not any baby. A baby in the image of the likeness of God. We need to look at each other and to say, how beautiful you are, my brother. How beautiful you are, my sister. You are born baby in the image of the likeness of God.
In a deep and wide sense, our healing and wholeness is before we were born. Set out once for all on a cross and in an empty tomb. Or again, one of my favourite stories, I well remember the first time I ever saw a GPS system in operation. Many years ago now, in a luxury Lexus car belonging to my friend, Neil. I was astounded as the silky voice of an actress, I think it was, told us to turn left or to go straight on. And then a glint came in my sinner's eye, and I turned to Neil. I said, what happens if you don't do what she says? And a glint came into sinner Neil's eyes. He said, watch this. And as we come up to the next junction, the silky voice says to us, take the second exit, which I could see was straight on, and he turns left. And the voice did what, in my experience, many of us do when you don't do what we say. It went quiet. And I thought, good English phrase, hit this, be great for the translators, I thought she'd taken umbrage. And then after a moment, this GPS system revealed that it was in fact a Christian. No, not just a Christian, a Wesleyan Methodist GPS system. Because it said this, I have worked out a new route for you. Because you see, our marvellous God works ceaselessly for the healing and the salvation that God desires and enables for us all. And we never exhaust God's graciousness towards us. We never reach an end of God's salvific purposes. We can never move to a position where absolutely nothing else can be done. Praise God.
From the South. It can also mean that the unacceptable consequences of our current global lifestyles are so evident in the South that Christianity cannot be true to itself without accepting the need to address these as a matter of priority for the benefit of the whole world. If the influence and power of the developed world over the rest of the world shows some gaps that are posing danger to the rest of the world, as is indeed the case, then there is strong reason for the Church to reflect with renewed keenness on life in the South, with the aim of contributing to the strengthening of the witness of the Church